Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Friday, December 12th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. President Ali appoints 4 new permanent secretaries. A prominent businessman will lead APNU's 12-member opposition team. Relief efforts are underway after fire in Albouystown destroyed 5 homes and displaced 30 households. And U.S. Ambassador says the International Business Conference in Guyana will connect U.S. and Caribbean firms, creating new investment and partnership opportunities. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali has named 4 new permanent secretaries as part of his plan to modernize public service delivery. The appointments announced today are Sharon Rupchan Edwards at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Roger Rogers at the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Duan Ellis at the Ministry of Agriculture, and Dr. Erica Fort at the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. The President met with permanent secretaries and their deputies to outline his vision for a fully digitized, people-centered public service, one that emphasizes efficiency, transparency, and results-driven performance. Additional appointments of permanent secretaries and other senior officials are expected in the coming days. And while the full cabinet is still to be named, Vice President Bar Jagdeo and Prime Minister Mark Phillips have already been sworn in, signaling continuity at the highest levels of government. A Partnership for National Unity APNU has confirmed that the businessman Terence Campbell will lead its 12-member opposition team in the National Assembly. At a press conference today, party leader Aubrey Norton named the MPs, including returning members Jirito Fernandez, Coretta McDonald, Ganesh Maipal, and Nima Flubes. Also joining the benches are WPA member Dr. David Hines, Riaz Zakir Rupnarain, former AFC member Sherrod Duncan, Linden Mayor Sharma Solomon, attorney Dr. Dexter Todd, and entrepreneur Saiku Andrews, and PNCR Vice Chairman Vince Roy Jordan. Norton said representatives for the regional Democratic councils have also been identified. He repeated that he will not be taking up a seat in Parliament and stressed he has no plans to run for the presidency in the future.
As I said before, I will not be returning to Parliament, but I will continue as leader of the People's National Congress Reform. I will work to continue the rebuilding of the party. Like I said in the statement I made after the elections, our party is like a good oak tree. It will re-emerge and re-emerge stronger and better. I will preside over the party and ensure that I put the mechanisms in place so that by the time we arrive at the next elections, we are well structured, we will be ready, and the new blood in the party will take over the party. I hope that is an indication that I have no intention of running for the presidency in the future.
With the We Invest in Nationhood or WIN party set to enter Parliament as the main opposition with 16 seats, Norton said APNU is ready to work with them to promote transparency and accountability. President Dr. Irfan Ali yesterday presented Joint Services medals to personnel who performed exceptionally during this year's elections, disaster relief, and humanitarian operations. The activity, called Operation Plexus After Action Review, is a standard exercise carried out before, during, and after elections. Among those honored were 2nd Lieutenant Rolex Bob, Sergeant Rolex Bancroft, Corporal Rondel Hassana, and Assistant Superintendent of Prisons Patrick Crawford. Delivering brief remarks, President Ali congratulated members of the joint services for safeguarding peace, order, and stability across the regions, describing the event as a modest expression of appreciation.
When citizens can exercise their rights to vote freely without fear or intimidation, a nation demonstrates the depth of its democratic maturity. The peaceful and orderly conduct of our most recent elections was not an accident or circumstance. It was a direct result of planning, vigilance, discipline, and the efforts of the joint services, and we cannot forget the Guyana Elections Commission.
The President stressed that domestic peace is the foundation of national defense, adding that it is vital the world sees Guyana as united and capable of managing its own affairs. Chief of Defense Staff Brigadier Omar Khan said the review is designed to strengthen tactics within the disciplined forces and highlight areas for improvement. He described the elections as among the best he has seen in 33 years of service. Khan praised the professionalism of ranks, recalling a shooting incident on Election Day at the Peruni River border, where disciplined forces safely escorted Guyana Elections Commission officials.
In one particular instance, there was a shooting incident on our border on E-Day, on Elections Day. And while we would have discussed this, I want to point out that this particular attack cannot be measured in the previous attack as just a threat to our territorial integrity and our sovereignty. This was an attack to our democracy.
Khan praised the vigilance of the ranks and Coast Guards involved, noting that they effectively executed drills to prevent serious disruptions or injuries. He assured that there is no doubt that in such future operations, the joint services will continue to operate with efficiency. One return, relief efforts underway for families displaced by the Albouystown fire. Georgian faces major cable vandalism, and Ghana-led business conference strengthening Caribbean-U.S. trade.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Welcome back. Recovery and relief work is underway for families affected by yesterday's Albouystown fire. The fire, which swept through James Street in Albouystown, Georgetown yesterday afternoon, leaving around 30 households displaced. 5 homes were destroyed and many families lost personal belongings and important documents. The Guyana Fire Service deployed 6 fire tenders to contain the blaze, but parts of the structures collapsed during operations. Thankfully, no lives were lost. The Civil Defense Commission opened a shelter at the 6-Head Lewis Gym on Callender and Independence Boulevard to accommodate those affected. Ministers Robson Ben, Dr. Vinny Prasad, and Juan Edgil visited the site to ensure smooth relocation of the families. Today, authorities began clearing debris on the roadway.
So we're back here on the ground this morning, trying to do many things. One, to assess the damages that would have occurred as a result of yesterday's fire. And secondly, to assist in clearing the debris of the fire so that we can obtain full extinguishment. Aside from that, trying to create a pathway so that persons can access whatever they want to access, and then later on in the day we'll try to remove these rubbles from the site.
Newly identified APNU Member of Parliament Terence Campbell was also on site this morning.
Initial reports suggested that there were 30 people homeless, but we're now being advised it's 30 households. So the exact number, easily, I think we probably might be talking 80, 90 people. We at the APNU were immediately concerned about the losses that these people had suffered, the impact on children and even the parents and babies. So we got together and put together some resources and came out both to offer immediate help and also to ascertain what needs, additional needs exist that we might be able to fulfill.
Attorney Ronald Daniels, another APNU member, highlighted ongoing efforts to address long-term challenges, including school enrollment, relocation, and replacing lost documents.
We've taken down names, we have started to do our own means assessment, and we're also liaising with the CDC so we can get a sense as to when they do their catalog as to some of the things that the persons need. We're trying to avoid duplicating some of those items, right, so that we can attend to the relevant needs of the people. As Mr. Campbell has said, the needs are diverse at the moment. We have persons who, of course, are going to be, who are immediately looking for relocation. We have children who need to be back in schools. We have several persons whose documents have been lost, and crucial documents, barring their ability to receive public assistance, pensions, and all of these things, right? So this has to be a multimodal approach where we have all hands on deck across all stakeholders to ensure that the interests of the people are taken care of.
Relief efforts continue as authorities and community groups work to support displaced families. Neighbors and volunteers are providing food, clothing, and temporary shelter, helping these families begin the challenging journey of rebuilding their lives. One Communications Ghana has reported one of the worst service disruptions of the year after thieves vandalized communication cables across north and central Georgetown between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. The company says the attack left large areas without service and highlights a growing national problem. Copper theft now accounts for nearly half of all network interruptions in 2025. In addition to stealing copper, vandals accidentally cut sections of the fiber network, worsening outages for homes and businesses. Deputy CEO Richard Stanton condemned the acts, calling them a direct attack on people's ability to work, study, stay in touch with loved ones, and feel safe in their communities. Damage was recorded across multiple Georgetown neighborhoods, including Round Belt, Lodge, Work and Rust, Albouystown, Borda, Commonsburg, Sir Brianville, Kingston, and part of the East Bank. Social media shows images of slashed cables and stripped poles, sometimes in broad daylight. One Communications is urging the public to report suspicious activity via hotline 0663 and to follow updates on social media. The company is also working with regulators, the Scrap Metal Unit, and the Guyana Police Force to curb copper theft and prosecute offenders. The upcoming International Business Conference, set for October 14th to 16th in Georgetown, has been described as a powerful platform to strengthen trade ties between the United States and the Caribbean. U.S. Ambassador Nicole Thoreau, endorsing the event, said the conference will allow regional firms and American companies to build lasting economic partnerships. Hosted by the Suriname-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, this year's theme is Bridging Businesses for Regional Prosperity. The IBC is a growing initiative that connects Caribbean firms with international organizations eager to expand and invest. Ambassador Thoreau highlighted the many opportunities for U.S. companies to work with Guyanese and regional businesses.
There are tremendous opportunities for U.S. companies to explore partnerships and investment opportunities in Guyana's rapidly expanding economy. Whether it's infrastructure, energy, ICT, education, agriculture, or health, there are opportunities for U.S. firms with proven track records to bring quality solutions, technology, and expertise to Guyana. U.S. companies are ideally positioned to help support and shape this incredible growth. IBC creates the space for our firms to connect directly with Guyanese stakeholders to identify real business opportunities.
Thoreau explained that to support regional economic collaboration, the U.S. Embassy has been organizing two-way trade missions, bringing U.S. firms to the Caribbean while also facilitating Caribbean participation at major expos like Atlanta's Agriculture Expo and Houston's Offshore Technology Conference. U.S. companies, in turn, have joined Guyana's Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo and taken part in multiple trade missions focused on building skills, partnerships, and training. Thoreau stressed that the IBC is far more than a conference.
It's a one-stop shop. It's a unique opportunity to forge partnerships that will help shape the future of regional trade and investment. For U.S. delegates, it's a chance to engage with one of the fastest growing markets in the hemisphere and to demonstrate the value that U.S. innovation, transparency, and partnership bring to the table. For regional delegates, it's an opportunity to forge strategic connections and partnerships to attract more investment and to showcase the Caribbean's role in driving sustainable growth. The U.S. Embassy is committed to supporting U.S. businesses that bring value, integrity, and long-term commitment to Guyana and the Caribbean. We're not just here for a quick visit and to make money. Absolutely not. We are committed to the sustainable growth and development of the Caribbean and, of course, Guyana.
Now, in its third edition, IBC Guyana is being built as the region's premier platform for investment, innovation, and international partnership. The event will be hosted at the Marriott Hotel in Kingston. Mobile Money Guyana MMG is rolling out a major digital upgrade on October 6. The company says the revamped platform will bring stronger security, simpler transactions, and smarter tools for customers. New self-service options will allow users to reset passwords, unlock accounts, and manage trusted devices on their own. The platform will also feature advanced encryption to better protect personal data. For businesses, the upgrade promises faster bill settlements, improved dashboards, and more reliable payment tools. Customers will also see in-app coaching to guide them through new features and everyday transactions. MMG Chief Executive Officer Mark Singh called the upgrade a new chapter, saying it reflects the company's investment in safer and more user-friendly services. Ahead of the launch, all MMG services will be offline on October 4th and 5th. The company is urging customers to complete their transactions early to avoid delays. Updates will be shared via MMG's website, email, and social media. When we come back, Guyana-Mexico celebrate 51 years of ties. Athletes shortlisted for Pan Am Games, and Keshav Maharaj joins Leicestershire.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. Guyana-Mexico marked 51 years of diplomatic relations, highlighting strong partnerships and cultural ties. The anniversary was marked yesterday with cultural events and official remarks, reaffirming the commitment to continued collaboration. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips emphasized Ghana's dedication to deepening ties with Mexico and extended congratulations on behalf of the government and people.
The celebration and expression of social experiences through the arts. Excellency, Guyana-Mexico have maintained strong diplomatic relations over the past 51 years. Our cooperation has extended across several sectors at the bilateral, regional, and multilateral levels.
The Prime Minister also highlighted the creation of the Mexico-Guyana Chamber of Commerce earlier this year as a major step in boosting trade and investment. He cited regional forums such as the CARICOM Mexico Summit, the Organization of American States, and CELAC as key avenues for advancing cooperation.
As we celebrate the people of Mexico this evening, I reaffirm our government's commitment to strengthen the ties between our two countries. Our government remains invested in our partnership and looks forward to continued collaboration with Mexico in addressing issues of shared interest with a renewed fervor to attain meaningful solutions.
The anniversary event was also part of Mexico Day celebrations, commemorating Mexico's independence from Spain in 1810. Guests enjoyed cultural performances showcasing Mexican traditions, underscoring the vibrant ties between the two nations and their shared commitment to friendship, trade, and cultural exchange. In sports, the Athletics Association of Guyana, AG, has shortlisted 8 athletes for the Under-20 Pan American Games, scheduled to be held in Colombia from October 3rd to 5th. Leading the team is Guyana's sprint sensation, Tiana Springer, who will compete in the girls' 400 meters. Skylar Charles could be the team's only double participant, taking part in both the boys' 100 and 200 meters. Rodel Green is expected to be the sole field event representative, competing in the boys' triple jump, while seasoned campaigner Jovan Roberts will run in the boys' 800 meters. Other athletes shortlisted include Tishon Easton in the boys' 200 meters, Onesi Dunn in the boys' 100 meters, and Kaden Prasad in the boys' 800 meters. The final team will be confirmed after the World Athletics Championships, which begin today. Ghana is represented there by Emmanuel Archibald in the men's long jump. Leicestershire have confirmed the signing of South African spinner Keshav Maharaj for the first 4 months of the 2026 season. He becomes their second overseas player as the Foxes prepare for a return to Division 1. Maharaj, now 35, has played 152 matches for South Africa, taking 313 wickets. He also has county experience, claiming 55 wickets in previous stints with Lancashire and Yorkshire. Leicestershire's Director of Cricket, Claude Henderson, praised Maharaj's skill, leadership, and passion for the game, saying he will be a major asset in the dressing room. Maharaj says he is excited to join the Foxes, calling county cricket a competitive platform to refine his skills. He also reflected on his recent success with South Africa, including their World Test Championship final victory over Australia in June. He is expected to bring both experience and leadership as Leicestershire push for success in Division 1. Still ahead, CARICOM condemns an Israeli strike in Doha, suspect held in Charlie Kirk's killing, and NATO steps up after Poland downs drones. Welcome back. We begin with CARICOM's condemnation of Israel's strike on Doha. The CARICOM community CARICOM has strongly condemned the recent Israeli strike on residential premises in Doha, Qatar. In a statement, the regional bloc said the attack was a dangerous violation of Qatar's sovereignty and a flagrant breach of international law. CARICOM noted the strike came as Qatar was playing a key role in ceasefire negotiations for Gaza, saying Israel's actions directly undermine those diplomatic efforts. The organization again called for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, safe humanitarian access in Gaza, and the release of all hostages. CARICOM stressed that it condemns all violence against civilians and reaffirmed its support for a two-state solution as the only path to lasting peace. The bloc declared full solidarity with Qatar, pledging to work with the international community to de-escalate tensions and secure stability in the Middle East. A young Utah man suspected of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been taken into custody, ending a two-day manhunt that fueled concern over rising political violence in the U.S. Utah Governor Spencer Cox confirmed the arrest of Tyler Robinson, who allegedly implied his role in the murder to a family friend. The FBI says Robinson was captured about 33 hours after the shooting. Kirk, 31, a close ally of President Donald Trump, was killed by a single bullet on stage at Utah Valley University Wednesday night. Trump called the shooting a heinous assassination. Officials say Robinson had discussed retrieving and hiding a rifle used in the attack. Investigators later recovered a weapon along with ammunition inscribed with taunting messages such as "Hey fascists, catch." Governor Cox compared Kirk's murder to the political assassinations of the 1960s, calling it an attack on American ideals. Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, was on a national campus tour at the time of his death. Finally, this evening, NATO has announced plans to reinforce Europe's eastern flank, just 2 days after Poland shot down Russian drones that violated its airspace. It was the first known action of its kind by a NATO member during the war in Ukraine. Poland has called the drone incursions a deliberate test by Moscow of the ability of Poland and NATO to respond. Rejecting U.S. President Donald Trump's suggestion that it could have been a mistake, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk insisted the strike was intentional. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said the incursions were reckless and unacceptable, unveiling Operation Eastern Sentry. The mission, starting Friday evening, will deploy air and naval assets across bases in Eastern Europe.
What happened on Wednesday was not an isolated incident. Russia's recklessness in the air along our eastern flank is increasing in frequency. And today, General Kinkowicz and I are here to announce that NATO is launching Eastern Sentry to bolster our posture even further along our eastern flank. This military activity will commence in the coming days and will involve a range of assets from allies including Denmark, France, United Kingdom, Germany and others. Eastern Sentry will add flexibility and strength to our posture and make clear that as a defensive alliance, we are always ready to defend.
So far, Denmark, France, Britain and Germany have pledged aircraft and ships, with more allies expected to join. NATO's top commander, U.S. General Alexis Grinovich, assured citizens the alliance will defend every inch of its territory. The UN Security Council is set to meet at Poland's request to discuss the incident, which has raised new concerns over European defenses against mass drone attacks. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nekram. See you next time for more Ignite News.